Hey guys, it's Alison from Alison's Notebook, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys why you need to practice self-care and what self-care even is. So if you're wondering about what self-care is and why you need it, then just keep watching. So on my blog at Alison's Notebook, I've been really diving into the idea of self-care lately. It's something that I'm really personally interested in exploring and practicing. I found it to be extremely helpful in making me feel better, less stressed, and more aware of my emotions before they get out of control. So before we dive into why you need self-care, I'd like to talk a little bit more about what it is. And it's just the idea of you doing things for yourself that promote your own well-being. Anything you do to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental state. By the way, guys, I have actually a self-care checklist, and I will link that in the description down below. But as we're talking about why you need self-care, it's a really simple ebook with just a list of several self-care items for emotional health, physical health, and also self-care at work, which I think is a big topic. That'll be linked down below if you guys are interested in that. So why do you need self-care? That's the next question, because I think a lot of us operate on autopilot, and it's really easy to think that self-care is something that is selfish and it would be better for you to just help other people. So I want to talk about why you actually need self-care. One of the benefits to practicing self-care is that it gives you the ability to help others. I mentioned this in a previous video, but when your cup is empty, you don't have anything in your cup to give to someone else. So by prioritizing self-care, by prioritizing your own physical, mental, and emotional health, you're going to be able to have something to give someone else, or at least the energy to give something to someone else. Another benefit of self-care is actually physical wellness. When I was doing reading and research about my blog post on self-care, I read that it can actually improve your immunity. It can lead to more mindful eating. It can lead to better sleep. And by doing all of these things, you actually activate something. I wrote this down because I never remember this word. Your parasympathetic nervous system, which is partly responsible for regulating the body's unconscious actions. And so when you activate the system, your body goes into rest and restore mode, which of course is healing and gives you more energy. So self-care is actually physically very important for your wellness. Self-care is also really important for your emotional health and your emotional wellness. It can also help you to be more productive because self-care helps you to do things like what we talked about last week's video, practicing habits that simplify your life. So a lot of those habits that simplify your life are based around intentionality, prioritizing the things that are most important. And when you're prioritizing the things that are most important to you, it actually helps you to be more productive. So those are some of the benefits of self-care. And if that didn't convince you that you need to practice self-care, I just have a few other things you need to know about why you should be practicing self-care. First of all, you should be practicing self-care because you are worth it. Regardless of how you feel about yourself now, I promise you that you are worth prioritizing. You are worth taking time for yourself. You are valuable. You deserve to take up space. Whoever is watching this, because I don't know who all will be watching this, you are worth prioritizing and taking care of yourself. Practicing self-care also helps to manage stress, which is something that we all need a little bit more of if we're being honest. Like I mentioned earlier, practicing self-care can also improve your physical health, which is really important, and it just keeps you more balanced overall, because instead of just emptying your cup all the time, you're constantly prioritizing, being more mindful, being more intentional, and so you have a more balanced life overall when you're practicing self-care. These are some of the reasons why you need to practice self-care. This is a little bit more about what self-care is. Like I mentioned, you can download that self-care checklist, which will give you some great ideas on just how to get started with basic self-care. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and thank you guys so much for watching. I put out new videos every single week, so I hope you'll be back next week for whatever comes out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Even my cat loves your show.